Well, this is a bit more on my changing your film script document. In that document, there is a section on the inner child by Councillor Carl, and I wanted to elaborate a bit more on it, or rather simplify it. So, what the inner child is, it's quite a mystery to people. So, and a lot of people will dismiss it and say it's irrelevant, it's unimportant, and it's a bit sort of kind of woohoo kind of stuff. So just to understand the analogy of it and where it's coming from, is you take yourself as the younger you, and why is that inner child there? Given we accept the model, the inner child is you at a younger age, and he or she is kind of knocking on your door. You're the adult or the older person, and the inner child is asking you for kind of reassurance and safety. And so if you're not operating in such a way in your present age, your adult position, let's say, your inner child keeps surfacing with various emotions of the past when you were that age as a young child. And the same emotions come up. So when you're in a child, or when you were younger, feeling nervous, feeling scared, feeling insecure, feeling in any way unsafe, how you dealt with your emotions at that time was probably not very well, because you were possibly never supported, never taught about how to look after your emotions, and never felt or heard at that time. So has quite an impact that we'd like to sort of put in the past and bury and forget. But that inner child keeps knocking on your door and represents the memories and emotions that you have, going right the way back at that time, and you get what's known as kind of flashback memories, little impressions of that time. So if today, in your present state, you're not operating in the most safest ways for yourself, or indeed that you are unsettling or hurting others, then your inner child will reveal itself. And it's really asking you, just say for instance, it's asking me, and it will say, CJ, what are you doing? I'm feeling really scared. So you can see that inner child right back. I can see that inner child right back at that time when I felt quite insecure and nervous and criticized or unsettled as a child. And I'm looking for reassurance from me, the older me. Or another way of seeing it is, I'm the older brother now at this age, and my my younger brother is there that I'm looking at. So he's asking for reassurance. He's asking to feel safe, and we're not acting in inappropriate role model ways. We could be hurting others. We could be in any way self-harming ourselves. So, so really our job, or rather our position, is to become the parent that maybe we never had to my younger brother, to our inner child, and reassure them. And so we're in that position of simply saying, look, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We are that parent now to that child. And we're now playing out the role of a good parent, of a supportive parent. And we're reassuring our inner child, our younger brother or younger sister, how to feel safe, how to feel supported. And we can do that only when we now at this age are operating appropriately. That's when the inner child feels reassured, feels supported, and kind of trusts us. So if ever we felt that we didn't trust people for what they do, we didn't trust situations, that's really a reflection of us not being able to trust ourselves in terms of how we accord, in terms of how we operate and behave. Are we that trustworthy? Are you that trustworthy? Are you that caring to yourself? So that's what it's about. And once you actually make that commitment and promise to your younger self, those memories, those traumas that you might have experienced as a child, they kind of, and the child itself kind of has less of a presence in your inner experience, has less need to surface. So that's really a reflection. The inner child is a reflection of the emotions that you're feeling today and that you're still carrying, you see, from when you were a child, and you haven't had the tools or the support to mature yourself with your emotions and how to behave. So the inner child is not necessarily a being that is always there, but certainly manifest in terms of those emotions and those behaviors that are still there present today with you that didn't get looked after when you were younger. So I hope that makes sense, and just wanted to put it in a kind of a nutshell like that, really. Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.